Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. The Portland State Vikings will get back on the field this Saturday. They're going to Boise State in a game nationally televised on Fox Sports. The Vikings and the Broncos meet Saturday, 7:45 Mountain Time, 6:45 Pacific Time on Fox. So look forward to that game as the Vikings get back on the field. And I say back on the field because, as you know by now, last Saturday's game at Portland State against South Dakota was canceled. A really unfortunate situation. Some illness within the Viking program. Pertussis, also known as whooping cough, got into the program, a highly contagious disease. I will say right out front, the Vikings affected are recovering nicely. Things are going well in that department, but a decision was made after discussions between the two programs, team trainers and doctors, early Saturday morning that the game would not be played to protect all of the participants involved and not potentially spread the disease. Coach, it had to be a tough Saturday for you and your team. I know you had to present it to your team Saturday morning around 10 a.m. Tell us how that went.
Disappointing, game changed on us, and I had to rally them, tell them why, out of our control. Make sure everybody's safe because we have some young ones. I've got 4 either players or staff with young ones. That was my concern, our major concern. So, but we had to then put a rest to it and move on to Boise State.
Yeah, and that's obviously the next question. The Vikings coming back, the players getting healthy. As I said, we'll see how that all shakes out. But how do you regroup? Now you're going back out on the field after just a very unprecedented situation for all these guys, for the coaches, for everyone. And you're going to play an opponent like Boise State, a really talented group. Is there something special that you needed to do or your staff needs to do this week to get your team refocused?
I thought there would be, Mike, but there's not. They're excited. They know they missed an opportunity, and kind of talking through it on game day that didn't happen. I mentioned trying to fill our upcoming bye week with another game, which our brass is working on right now. So, treat this as our bye week, hopefully. Still have 12 contests and move on. That kind of pepped them up. They came out today, as far as attitude, better than I thought. So I don't think it's going to be a concern.
Okay, so keep an eye on that down the road. We'll see if something evolves in that realm. So we have no game to talk about, so let's talk about Boise State.
Yeah.
The Vikings going to Boise State on Saturday. Played them 5 years ago, Coach. This is a program that has been perennially excellent, done a great job. Spencer Danielson, new head coach, he's done a good job with them, got them to a bowl game last year, got them off to a pretty good start this year. The first thing I see when I look at Boise State, you have to look at that running back. Ashton Jeanty, maybe the best in the nation, 459 yards, 9 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah.
How about that guy?
Number 2, he's spitting them on everybody. Doesn't matter if you're Oregon or Georgia, whoever they're playing, he's spitting out somewhere. I mean, you'll tackle him and celebrating that, but he works. He's hard to tackle, I just talked to some of the NFL guys that are rolling through and they like him. He's a real deal. So it will be a challenge, as it has been for all their opponents and their future opponents, to get him on the ground.
And the Broncos, they opened the season with a win over Georgia Southern, and then they go to Oregon and take Oregon to the wire, only losing that game on a late field goal. So really playing at a high level already. They had a bye last week, just like the Vikings, for different reasons, so they'll be rested. A team, we talk about the running back, but really a balanced offense. They've thrown it well as well and are scoring a lot of points, so the Vikings will need to be up to that. Maybe some of that offense we saw at Washington State in order to be competitive with Boise State.
It is, and yes, everybody's talking about number 2, but they're a talented football team. Defensively, well coached. I know a lot of their coaches. I don't know Coach Danielson, but I did talk to him this past weekend just about this, our incident in our game. But very talented on both sides, very disciplined. A quarterback, he does everything you want him to do. So you don't just stop number 2 to beat Boise State, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
So, Coach Danielson, as you mentioned, the Vikings played there 5 years ago, 2019. He wasn't the head coach. He's a recent head coach, but he has been the defensive coordinator. He has been in the program 7 years on the defensive side. What do you see from Boise State's defense? Is there anything that carries over from back then when you faced them, or what are the Vikings in for this week?
No, I mean, they're a cover 4 team, but as you watch it, they've mixed in a lot of coverages. They're going to blitz you on first down, just try to stop the run. I mean, they know their system, they run it well. So, and the philosophy is working for them right now, and they're running the football. I mean, they're fun to watch. We're putting some things together here, see if we can try to get to the opposite side of the 50 and see what we can do over there.
Well, you threw something out right there, blitz on first down. As I look at the stats, they have given up a few points. They have given up some yardage. But the thing I notice, and this is the thing that I know coaches notice, they've made 8 sacks. They've forced 3 fumbles. They're a big play defense.
They are. I mean, people are scoring on them. You know, as you look at it, you try to find those holes. What is their weakness? So, like I said, our offensive staff has put some things together and see if we can go expose and play hard and get after it.
All right, Coach, I looked this up because of last week's game being canceled. That means the Vikings will have played 4 straight road games to open the season when you go to Boise and then next week to Chattanooga. I had to go back, I believe, to, I can't even remember the year now, something like 1998, the last time Portland State played 4 straight on the road. The challenges are tough at Portland State, aren't they?
No.
Okay.
They're opportunities. Half full.
Opportunities, I like
not
that.
Not half empty. But yeah, it's become not playing, but half team will travel. You know, where do you want us? We enjoy the opponent's stadiums and go from there. But it is what it is, and we can't control that. So we had a great week of practice last week, getting ready for that home game. Guys were excited to play at home. Then all of a sudden, the carpet was pulled out. So we'll be all right. 2 more weeks on the road, then we get a home game for the crowd.
The Vikings will be back home on October 5th, opening a Big Sky Conference play. So be sure you come out for that. Coach, last time you went to Boise, you stopped on the way at the rodeo.
Yeah, Pendleton Roundup.
You got anything like that this
No,
year?
You know, Americana just kind of falls in your lap. We just kind of see where we're going and the opportunities, and you know, there's some that presented themselves next week more in Chattanooga, but we'll see. Not a lot going over this trip. We're gonna stop to see Scooter at Pendleton, eat some Abby's pizza, and head over to Boise.
All right, so there will be stories. There aren't stories to tell before, but there will be stories to tell afterward. The Vikings going to Boise State this Saturday, the game televised nationally on Fox Sports 1. You can watch it 7:45 p.m. Mountain, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. For all your information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.